To Division 5, keeping the brackets on moving. Brilliant, Doug. They overcome having a loss on their resume to get a #1 seed. Is this a case of a little respect for the perennial powerhouse?
I think it's a little bit of respect, and I think it's where they ended up. They're playing everyone south of them in the Milwaukee area a little bit. And I think they look at Brilliant 2 years ago winning the state title, last year a level 4 game. They kind of earned this. This is respect.
And an impressive season. And
yes.
You know, there were no bad losses this year. Let's take a look at the brackets. It's going to be Niagara, Goodman, Pembine taking on Amherst. That's your 1-8 matchup. Marathon and Crandon. You got Peshtigo and Spencer, Stratford and Auburndale there down on the bottom. Peshtigo, Doug, also quietly put together a real good season.
Only one loss. Stratford's going to be a really tough matchup. Stratford likes getting the state.
It should be an interesting one to watch. All right, let's move on to Division 6 now, Doug. And here's a big shock. St. Mary's Springs, a #1 seed. Sorry, Doug was falling over there. He's very surprised.
Surprise. 51.5 per game. They've allowed 39 points all season. I got one word: domination.
Springs and Bob Highlands Club, man, are they good. They just win, they win big, they go to state. But here's an interesting one. The way the bracket shook out. One of those.
Both of them.
We could see a rematch of last year's state title game in Level 3, which would be Shiocton and St. Mary's Springs. Shiocton came up on the losing end, could try to get some revenge.
Yep, Shiocton, ever since they lost, they've outscored their opponents 236-14. That's 5 games. Shiocton's playing their best ball. They're going to need it to beat that team from St. Mary's Springs.
St. Mary's Springs, all they do is win. But hey, Shiocton getting to the Madison last year, got that experience under their belts. Let's take a look at some D6 brackets. St. Mary's Springs in the first round will be taking on Algoma. Manawa, #4. We have a lot of fans of Manawa in the house. Our sports producer, big Manawa fan, taking on Ozaki. Oshkosh Lords, Manitowoc Lutheran, Shiocton, the #2 seed. Hey, how about Manawa, Doug? Let's give him some respect.
Logan Haas, over 1,200 yards this year. He can run the ball. Maybe he gets Ozaki. Springs will be a tough one, but go Logan.
We have a guy cheering in the booth right now. Big Manawa fan. All right, let's keep it going in Division 6. Some more brackets. We got Edgar, #1 seed, a perennial state team taking on Leona Wabino. Coleman and Crivets in an interesting 4-5. Tigers and Marion taking on Rochelt, and then Pacelli and Wild Rose. Doug, Coleman and Crivets, an interesting game.
Really nice game. One problem I don't like about that, they got Edgar in the next game, and Edgar, the last team to beat St. Mary's Springs.
Should be a good one to watch there. Hey, Coleman also coming up, had a nice playoff run last year. All right, let's go to Division 7 now. The Hilbert Wolves from our area, claiming the #1 seed, Suring. The 2 in their group, Wolves, a perfect season, big-time offense, Doug, averaging over 40 points a game.
Yeah, so a lot of times they're a Division 6 school, now they're in Division 7. That doesn't mean you're going to win state, but I think Hilbert's in the store for a long run.
It should be interesting. Getting that little, being on the edge there could help them out.
Yeah, and then you talk about Suring. Suring's a pretty good ball club.
And Hilbert getting Florence in Level 1 in the playoffs. Loyal and Greenwood Granton is the 4-5 matchup. Gilman and Owen Withy and Suring there. Almond Bancroft gets them in Level 1. And Doug, we still have more to come here, but let's talk a little bit about Hilbert. What makes that team kind of go? What makes them so interesting this year?
They run the ball. They run the ball well. I think they got close to 2,000 yards rushing or over 2,000 yards rushing. And what that tells me is they're big up front and they can run the ball. When you're big at that lower level and you can just run it, kind of like Springs does in D6, you're tough to beat.